moon is, because she's a little testy.
Mm-hmm.
I sense she's got, I want to say Capricorn or some Gemini in her somewhere.
Well, later tonight I'm going to text you.
Yeah,
I need your birth certificate. I need to know exactly what time you were born.
2:38 a.m. on a Thursday.
That's exact.
Exact.
I need to see it on paper. You have to send me a picture of it.
Well, I want that out and about.
What do you mean?
You can't take my word for it? 2:38 a.m. on a Thursday.
I need it confirmed because it helps with the accuracy.
I know, I've done them all. I've had my thing, but I'll take a picture and I'll show you, but it's 2:38 a.m.
But I want to see our comparison, and I want to be like, oh, an example of this situation of what they're explaining in this. Yes, I can see that. It makes sense.
But you can only take all that with a grain of salt.
Oh, no,
it's a nice little baseline, but you have to pattern recognition. You have to really watch people's actions.
Okay, pattern recognition. I think it's pretty fucking, easy come to me to understand it, because I was reading that shit yesterday about Ben and I, and I'm like, holy fuck, this shit makes a lot of fucking sense.
If you wanted to go like a step further, like say you were the actual reincarnate of Grandma Mangar, and say like there's instant, what was that, reincarnation, where, she got to come right back, because, watching Oprah, you patting my belly when I was pregnant for your sister, saying, I remember when I was your mom and you were in my belly. To think, like, if you got to...
I don't remember this.
Yeah, you were a creepy child growing up, but those things...
Maybe that's why people just love to fucking trauma dump on me.
Well, I'm sure, because, that's the empath in you. You're always going to have that energy signature where you make people feel comfortable.
People just look at me at work
I've
and
had my whole life. They tell me their whole stories, and they will... It is extremely draining to have people constantly want your energy, because you provide such a safe space. And I've had strangers come up to me and tell me, I don't know why my nervous system feels so regulated in your presence. And it's just like, wow, that's a top tier compliment. But at the same time, those types of people and the type of person that you are will always be a target for takers. Well, you will always be a target for somebody will take it as a sign of weakness and then overshare or use your, grounding rod because they feel good in your presence and can't figure out why. And I posted
Is that because they can't figure it out within their own selves and energy?
Because they don't have it within themselves.
So they're just taking others' energy and hoping that it'll...
Oh, most definitely. I don't know if it's conscious or unconscious. I believe.
See, that's the thing that I question too.
I definitely, the longer I'm here and witness certain human behaviors, do I feel like particular narcissists? And I don't even like that term anymore because it's been used to death. But I think certain personality traits, once that they have discovered how far that they can go, yeah, absolutely. I think that is now game on. And that they know exactly what they're doing, and they know how to manipulate people. Because why would you keep doing it if you're not having a payoff? Then do I believe that there are certain people, like what we would just consider movie extras here, that really have no purpose?
I like the way you describe that, movie extras.
Yeah, they're just filler here. I believe we are not the minority, the ones that have the energetic signature that we carry. That's why we are so sought after to either be destroyed or blocked or
used.
Exactly. Or just constantly having some strife brought into your energetic field, because, and I don't like this term either, but if you're like a chosen one where you might have a DNA signature where your energy field is much more, lit than somebody else's, and those that don't have a lit aura will definitely seek you out and pillage from your energy. And I believe that the percentage of people that know exactly what they're doing is very high because they have a payoff no different than we do. I feel good when I'm nice. I feel good when I smile at a stranger and they acknowledge and they look me in the eye. When I can experience true human connection. That's why I love going and leaving on Wednesdays and going down to Kendall
Mm-hmm.
because I literally can feel how Christy and I energetically together shift the whole vibe
Right.
of each campus down there, whether it's with the security guards, the students, whoever, the faculty, or if they hear Christy and I talking to the plants, how they'll chuckle to themselves. Like, I know that I add, when I walk into a room, I know I shift the energy in that room. And 9 times out of 10, it's I immediately can feel who the fuck does she think she is? And I'm not even trying to be anybody but myself when I walk into a room
Mm-hmm.
because I don't put on airs. I am as real and raw. And I'm not saying that to be conceited. I'm saying that because that's how I choose to and how I've always been. And I'm sure that's how come you kids are the way that you are. You got to see, especially I can only speak for
Well, I mean,
me,
you're
but
still evolving just like any of us.
well,
So.
anybody.
Right.
Anybody who says that they aren't or they're fully grown up, no, you're not. Or that's when the universe
Will remind
is
you.
going to
Yeah.
send you a little something,
Mm-hmm.
something, which is all the time. I am at a place. I'm not losing my shit. Like you obviously know mom's personal situation
Mm-hmm.
in business. I can easily say that if that was happening 2 years ago, I'd probably be just shutting the fuck right down. Wanting to self medicate or not look at
Numb
it
everything
face
out. Yeah.
face value. And now it's just like, all right, I'll have my little cry and be fine. I mean, I would be a big fat liar. You know how I feel about the mom not wanting to be here in the physical. Not because I'm depressed. It isn't. I mean, do I have depressive days? Yeah, but
Just
it
like
is
anyone.
like anybody. And God, I've been not to change the subject, but I have been watching this documentary, and I would love to sit down with this dude. I've never been compelled in my life to want to reach out and write a letter to somebody, but I just accidentally started watching this documentarist. His name is Mark, but it's called The Sight Soft White Underbelly.
Was it on Max or?
No, he's a YouTube channel, but I just started seeing it on Facebook. I think you would. I think you need to seek out this dude and watch
Mm-hmm.
because it's definitely what I feel like. And I know you have it, but when we get to the pinnacle part of the podcast, because we're just now building momentum. But I think the best part, other than being able to sit with my kids and you especially, will be who we get to interview in the real raw realm of life and how that works. And he interviews, and he's a photographer that takes pictures of various walks of life. And he's caught a lot of flack for, I've seen some of the critics say poverty porn that he preys on homeless people because he interviews drug addicts in California on Skid Row.
He must have a lot of energy to fucking.
You can tell that he is definitely somebody special. That's why I think you should check it out.
That sounds consuming.
Yeah, you can tell. Well,
to see.
Yeah, that, and he recently lost his young girlfriend. I mean, dealing with addicts and constantly giving these people money and they lie for a living, you know what I mean? So he's constantly being very trusting with his time and his resources for these people just to be a revolving door of ick, and he still does it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. I am like sucked in all the way, but I love his style of listening and I can be overly passionate even with you sitting in a chair, especially Alabama John. Alabama, and I haven't heard from him in a while. I got to check in on him. But when Alabama, John, and I are on the phone together, and he provides such a great space for me.
What is he?
He's a Scorpio. November 8th. Yeah.
Okay.
Full blown Scorpio. And him and my Scorpio moon get along really, really well. But we are so intense in our conversation, it's hard for mom not to want to be the alpha and interrupt him continuously because I want to get this thought process out because he's such a vast vessel of wisdom that when we get on something I'm like, oh,
they keep going,
and
yeah.
and we can serve in Bali for hours. I mean, we could be on the phone for 6 hours and like, holy fuck, I gotta let you go, John, because I gotta get some sleep. But I love having a conversation with him because not only does he allows me to be that excitable kid. He knows I'm not doing it to be a one upper. He knows that I'm interrupting because I don't want to lose my train of thought, and then we'll veer off into something else.
Do you think that also stems from his past life?
Oh yeah,
because isn't that naturally what he's?
We've talked about it, and we both kind of have come to the agreement that it's probably from when we were kids. That kids were seen and heard. It was all I ever heard, like when grown-ups were in the house together. Scram!
Yeah, shut up.
The grown-ups are talking.
Mm-hmm.
Get out. Go play. You weren't allowed to in any way interact in an adult conversation. So I think from our perspective, growing up in the generation that we did, I think that was a lot of it. But the way that, and John's not even a romantic, person in my life. He's a platonic friend. But the way that he can hold space for my chaos is such a top tier quality for me because he does allow me to feel safe, even though I've never seen him in real life, never met him in real life. Just how he can hold my energetic signature makes me feel safe. And if I could be in a group, imagine if you got to be and collaborate with whether man or woman in a group setting of people that you could just bounce ideas off one another, and it wasn't this constant vying for a pecking order.
Right.
Like my bachelor degree is better than yours, or this is I deserve this like spot because I did X, Y, and Z in my career.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we could just all have a level playing field, because we touched upon this in the last podcast episode about how mom feels like in the art world I am as far as I would ever go because I haven't had the big job or the big bachelor's degree that got me the interior design award or any of the things. But the one thing that being creative has afforded me, because let's face it, I'm not real good being an employee. I need to be my own muse, my own whatever. And I'm not saying that's like the best route to go if you want to make money, because most of my paycheck is freedom. And that freedom is I'm not going and clocking in with a fucking Karen telling me I'm doing my job wrong or you got to stay late. Or
it takes its toll, I'll tell you that.
Well, so does owning your own business. I cry every fucking day, but it's still more. But now that I'm, winding down here, whether it sells or not, I'm out of here shortly, right? Because it is no longer. It no longer serves a purpose for me. My pain has been healed, and I was very fortunate to put it in a place. I will never, even no matter what happens, I will never see this as a failure. Even if I have to shut the doors, but I will definitely go into another field where I'm freelancing, and I will do my job, and I will leave, and then that's it. But I cannot see myself ever in a situation like you work in. I want to tell the customers here sometimes to fuck right off.
Yeah. Yep.
Out loud. Because I can't believe that you would even bring in your Karen-ness in a plant store. I mean, this is supposed to be a fun little industry, and
it's supposed to be a zen setting.
It really is, and
you're bringing your bullshit up in here.
They will come after you if you spell a word wrong, you pronunciated a plant name wrong. That's why I don't notice if you belong in any groups on any of the platforms. But when I was doing my research for the plant business before I even had the business.
Mm-hmm.
Spend one day in a plant group setting. Holy fuck, meanie pants. Nobody is nice, and half the time I'm like,
No.
is that for real? Is that AI?
A lot of people have nothing else
that
better to do.
And then here's another thing. And I understand that your generation is all for it. That's great. Say I was writing a speech for something. Say I was receiving an award. And, everybody's busy. But I had AI write my speech.
I'm writing it authentically. If I want an award,
exactly!
I'm going to speak my mind. Yeah.
All right, well, maybe you got to send an email. Are you going to have the AI write it for you?
I will say, if it's a routine email that constantly has to be made about the same thing, I might.
Well, but that's fair.
But if it's something different, yeah, I'm probably going to write my own.
So, and I'm not a published author, published writer in any way, but do I feel an affinity to the written word? Yes. And I believe you have it as well. So I take that very seriously, even in my journaling or but I have talked to a few professionals where, and they're higher up. Obviously, they have college education. Mommy don't.
That don't mean shit.
No, I know. So, in the way that they freely, and after I lambasted AI, how they freely admit, I use it for generation purposes, or I only use it as a generator, or I only use it as an editor, or whatever, or I use it as both.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've discussed how I notice a lot of men on the internet who claim to know what a woman wants and will write 18 fucking paragraphs about what a woman wants. And then I find out it's AI that wrote it. Where does your respect lie for that person after that? Or is it just okay because, that's where the world's headed, AI wrote it?
Well, that's what we call a fucking,
poser?
A con man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're justifying it, that they don't in any way see that is being a cheat or a fraud or...
Because some dumb motherfucker is going to look at it and think of it like a piece of fucking advice or something. So they're not going to think twice about the person that shared it.
I don't know why I get triggered by it, but I mean I do because I'm a writer.
Because they're not being their authentic self. They're not being true.
Everybody thinks it's okay. But here's the thing that I guess I'm really got my chest chapped about is the more authentic you are, the more, I literally feel people pull their energy away from me. I literally feel people being triggered and holding a grudge about the things that I post on Facebook. Or the so-called people that, hey, can you decipher what the fuck your mom's talking about? How nobody dares ask me themselves.
Right.
They want to talk about me behind my back or speculate or talk about... Do I know that I am the topic of gossip? Yes, ma'am, I do.
Because you're interesting.
Thank you. I'm glad that it's that. Do you think I can come across very intimidating?
Some of the stories that you tell me, I'm like, no fucking way. Are you for real?
And you're right. And you should see the way Christy looks at me.
I think people get interested because you're just so nonchalant about it. Be like, you just did this, and
yeah, but that's after I've transmuted it, obviously,
I guess, yeah.
And healed some from it. But I don't know how to be any other way, and I really get discouraged. Like, I can feel when people aren't being their authentic self, which is cool. I think, sometimes in a work setting, maybe you got to put on a persona that you're not.
Shit. I get it. Yeah, every day.
But I am the one that's labeled crazy or a little off the cuff because I will be who I am in all settings. And have you watched any of my stories about how I ring the bell when I'm out with Christy because it causes her absolute
I saw the bell, but I didn't see what it was. I missed your live the other day too.
I go back and watch it. I tied a cherry stem with my tongue.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
Can I backtrack?
Mm-hmm.
So after what felt like a shit evening yesterday, I just dove deep on Ben and I's natal chart.
Why was it? Did it feel like a shit evening because of your Leo friend at work?
Yeah. And I just wanted to understand more and look it up, and then squirrel, I got distracted, and I was like, I'm gonna look this up Because why not? And the way I explained it to Ben was, from what I read based on the chart, we are in harmony a lot more times than I thought we would be, just because of how, per astrology, how polar opposites we are and all that, with him being a Scorpio. What I explained to Ben was, to be honest, I have a feeling what we have works more than anything, because you grew up with a mother Aquarius, a father Aquarius, and a brother Aquarius. So you had time to understand and to get to know an Aquarius. And you obviously, not that you didn't have a choice, but like, you love these Aquarius, so you know more than anything times 3. And most of his family are fucking Aquarius.
That's weird.
So
that tells me I know that you in no way are the rarest sign. I am.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Just how many Aquarius
that is
did you rattle off?
I know, but that's like the biggest fucking coincidence that I've ever come across too. But I told Ben, I was like, to be honest,
my mother was an Aquarius.
I thought she wasn't.
Yeah, she's an Aquarius. Uncle Josh, Aquarius. My grandfather, Aquarius. I've been around quite a few of them myself. Y'all rather quite eccentric. If I thought I was a weirdo, you guys got me. You're pretty close.
Well, I told him, I was like, to be honest, you grew up around Aquarius. You had Aquarius raise you. So I have a feeling that's probably why we also work out.
Yeah, but it works in such a different combination, because you really can't dismiss your moon and rising. And life path number.
True.
So it all kind of like coincides.
Well, reading some of the things too, I'm like, it makes sense because of this.
But here's like the bottom line of it. Coincidence? I think not.
Right. And, Ben's not one for like believing in shit like that until he met me.
Well, I think the more he sees it play out in his own life, then it's easier.
That's what I told him. I was like,
it's easier to. I just see a spider.
I don't like spider. Oh, no, it's a fly.
Oh.
Lord.
And just like today, I'm driving in and I see a white feather blowing down the sidewalk, waiting for me when I pulled in the parking lot, because on the way here, because of course the number ones weren't good enough. I had to ask for one more. Like, just give me one more, then I'm going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the white feather today when I pulled in. I mean, it's just all connected. There's no coincidences here. And if I find out that it's just all willy-nilly, then nothing matters, then I'm going to be pissed.
This is the 3rd or 4th website that has confirmed this. What is your guess on the highest populated zodiac?
You mean who's like the biggest?
What on the Earth? The biggest population?
Virgo.
No, Scorpio.
Wow, that's weird.
What do you think? So you think Pisces is the rarest?
I have read 2.4%, and that was a study just done in 2025 or 2024.
Pisces is the 4th highest populated zodiac.
I don't believe it.
At 9.1%. And this is in the United States, I guess. Not the Earth.
Mine was the world.
Cool. Aquarius is at the bottom at 6.3%.
It's only 3 freaking points.
Still.
And simmer down. Aren't you a cuss baby?
I'm not.
Well, one of you gotta be.
I ain't.
Isabella has to be then.
This is another one that says that Scorpio
That's lies.
Or Pisces is the 4th.
What's your source, Google? Fuck that bitch. She don't know. Aren't you supposed to be asking Alex now? Or what, Gemini? Chap chat? The fuck is that? Chap chat? What is it? Why can't I say that?
Chat GPT.
Fucking stupid. Do you know that there are chicks paying? Do you know you can take a picture of your plant and be on a plant subscription?
Yeah. It's wild
That's a no.
that people pay money.
Yeah, it's really wild. But hey, one day you'll want to subscribe to our podcast, so.
Here's another one, Aquarius.
That's wrong. Your phone knows you're an Aquarius, so what else is it going to tell me? I bet my phone
I bet you fucking
will
look it
tell
up.
will say it's
Okay.
Pisces.
Yeah. But no, the way I justified like our natal chart and whatnot, and I'm still like deciphering through all of it because it is a lot. It shows you like a
It
lot.
really is, and you only got to take it with a grain of salt because any intention that you set, obviously the universe is going to conspire for that to happen.
Well,
so you can't try to always be shoving a square peg in a round hole.
The funny
Opposites
part
are okay.
Yeah, and that is literally what my natal chart explained was if it wasn't for a number of key things that we weren't in harmony on, everything else would obviously be, like nothing but polar opposites.
Yeah,
and
the
nothing.
frequency gap would be way too large.
Right.
You would not be able to even come together
Right.
on a lot of things. Which
is why I want to
I
read
get
ours.
so resentful because I am so attracted to a Gemini, and I know why I'm attracted to a Gemini, and I know why they're attracted to me. We're a mutatable sign. We're a lot of fun, very energetic, outgoing. They like to lead and plan. I like to be a winger, and I'm not a follower, but I do like to just hop on the bus, Gus, and hey, where are we going? But they can't communicate, and I'm an overfeeler. Gemini, like your brother, you ever notice they don't like over amounts of emotion. Like, get over it. You'll be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, your brother can be kind of harsh. Like, you big crybaby. Get over it.
Yeah, be like, I remember seeing you fucking cry baby back bitch before. Shut up.
Yeah, I know, but I'm the other side of that. But I don't want that done to me.
Let's see.
But I thoroughly enjoy the adventurous spirit of a Gemini, but I like them when they're closely, like, more on the cusp of a Taurus.
Grandma's birthday is January 26th.
6.
Do you know what year she was born?
1938.
For sure?
Yes. I don't know what time she was born. She was born above a bar, so I'm assuming in the middle of the night.
Do you want to take a guess what her path number is?
9.
Where the fuck did
I don't
it go?
think she lived long enough. Maybe not a 9. And if she got reincarnated, she would be a very low number, so maybe 5.
3.
Yeah, very low. So it means she came back. And I'm an older soul, so
charming, romantic, and full of creative energy. They know how to embrace life. They tend to see the world through rose-colored lenses, where everything looks like an opportunity and chances for expression and enjoyment are endless.
Her motto was ignorance is bliss. And for the longest time, I was like, that sounds like a very avoidant thing. But now, Grandpa Mongar's was keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, yeah, let me look that one up. He's November 2nd.
Yeah.
What year?
39.
I thought he was way younger than Grandma.
No, it's only I think I'm pretty sure. Look up his obit. I'm pretty sure it's got to be 39. He wasn't born in 40. Grandma was 38, so Grandpa has to be 39.
Is it just a simple? Is it Leroy?
Mm-hmm.
Leroy D.
Eugene. I think they were only a year apart. I was just telling Christy on how their wedding day, Grandpa Mongar, they never wore wedding rings because Grandpa Mongar got mad and threw it out the church window.
Hey, wait, what? Repeat. Backtrack.
Yeah, they never wore wedding rings because they got in a fight on the day they got married, and Grandpa Mongar threw his out the church window.
What?
I know.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for many, many father-daughter stories. So if you in any way have the father wound, you'll thoroughly enjoy where this podcast ends up going. And of healed versions of daughters.
Okay, well, how come it doesn't have his fucking thingy on here?
Does it say 1939?
It doesn't have anything on here. It just shows when he passed.
That's a lie. Gotta put when he's born. They just passed it. What's that mean?
Oh, 39.
See, I told you.
Just passed it. Passed what?
I don't know. That's what I just seen a post on Facebook. They just passed it. Must be a law. And one of the first comments, fuck off.
November 2nd, 1939.
I have no idea what time he was born.
That's okay. What's your guess on what Grandpa's life path number is?
2.
8.
Wow, that surprises me.
Their personality is one of hard work and hard lessons.
This must have something to do with ice.
Mm. Dealing with people in positions of authority is often tough for people born with an 8 life path number. They don't take kindly to being told what to do.
I will not be micromanaged! That's why Grandpa hated women.
They can also come across authoritative.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is 9 the last one?
No. There's 11 and 22. There are random ones.
You must be a master if you're a 22.
But yeah, no, I'm going to do more research. And I think
you could do a whole podcast on that, but that's when you really open yourself up to getting people that if when they start listening, you're saying you're doing it wrong.
That's not correct.
That's where's your source?
That is not a trine. That's
yeah.
I wouldn't consider that it. Well, fuck off. This is my own.
My imaginary friend a very long time ago even told me not to fuck with tarot cards. So
I have not touched. I don't plan to really.
I just go on what the gift is. I just take my Matilda codes and use them.
I just like my astrology with the stars and the zodiacs.
We talked about how I only read my horoscope after the fact because that's
and you'd be like, okay,
yeah,
makes
all
sense.
Right.
I will say this real quick too. I'm still bothered by my one coworker saying, "Are you a Scorpio?"
Yeah, but you should take that as a compliment because maybe she just thought you had leadership qualities because a Scorpio
or that I'm a bitch.
Or that, but sometimes they're confused. Sometimes the bitch, you ever meet a friend and you thought they were a bitch right out of the gate, and then you end up becoming close, and then one day you're out and you're like, first time I met you, I thought you were a total bitch. That could just easily be what that is. But Scorpio women,
my experience with Scorpio women, not a fan.
I get along with them just fine because of my Scorpio moon, but
I don't think you'd get along with a Scorpio.
But no, I've had to block a few Scorpio bitches because they're all right. One that I might see in one is they can be terrible one-uppers. Like if you have
spiteful.
Yeah, if you've done something, they've done it higher, better, longer, harder, and then they want to tell you that here, let me tell you how you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like they have a immediate sense of entitlement sometimes. I find it more in Scorpio women than I do men. I think Scorpio
that's what makes it worse.
I think Scorpio men are very capable of being sneaky. And because I'm an energy reader, when I'm near I don't know if I could romantically be with a Scorpio unless they were very direct in everything that they were doing. Because the way that I read energy, or I'm not good enough at it yet, is like, for example, like Dum Dum, when he would say, I'm quitting the monster drinks, because I would tell him how mean he is after drinking one of the monster drinks. And
he's a Gemini, though.
Yeah, but this is just one example. I have it with another sign, and they're kind of the same way. That and that other sign is Virgo. That
Cray cray?
what? No, one that was going to quit Diet Coke, but I could energetically feel that they already cheated on their goal.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the same energetic signature of, say, you have suspicions about your man being with another woman. So the energy signatures are very close. So with Dum Dum, it was like, the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, and then I would literally ask, did you drink a Monster? And he'd be like those fucking assholes on Cops and lie till the very end. Like, all you had to say was you drank a Monster.
Yeah, like,
now
I
I'm
got no
thinking
fucking
you're
light
cheating
on it.
me.
Right.
Like, I know I'm feeling what I'm feeling. And it's because they're giving off whether the signature of failure or I didn't, follow through. But that energy signature is very closely like the same ick that, oh, he's cheating on me energy, where, and with, I don't want to say his name out loud, but Festi, the one that walked in while we were shooting, who just thought he had free reign to come in here whenever he wanted. Oh, I'm quitting Diet Coke today. And by the afternoon, I'm like, why are you like not looking me in the eye? Like if he would pop in here and he'd be like, and then I would have to say, did you have a Diet Coke or something? How'd you know? Are you a witch? Like, because I can read your fucking energy.
Feel it, dog.
But that's the part where I don't understand where people, when you're not authentic in who you are, or like I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to read it either way. Just like people want to know why I care so much that somebody don't like me. It's not that that I'm caring.
Just be fucking honest.
No, I know. That's the part. Like, yeah. I would much rather, and I've said this to John, and even John is like, you are totally this person, Jen. Where I would much rather you come up to me, because that's how I might be with you, was like, look, your Facebook posts are really edgy. I don't like the way you make me feel. I would much rather you come up to me and say, there is something about you, bitch, I don't fucking like. That's cool.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah, that's cool. But instead, you now have all these energy signatures tied to your feelings about me, and then you want to gaslight me into like.
Well, it's because they let it build up.
Yeah, well, then you want to gaslight me and tell me I'm not feeling what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Same with somebody that we were talking about earlier in the same household. Do you think I'm fucking stupid? That's the part when you insult my intelligence. Game on. Game fucking on. And now it's just fun because I'm bored and I don't have much to do. And then Kathy, who came in for Sunday, stay tuned for Kathy's podcast interview, which then she wanted to go to the deck. So I thought, well, how can I use this opportunity today? Because, funds were low and all the things. Like, how can I go and how can I make this like work for me? So I decided I'm going to wear sleeveless because Mom's 55 and still worried about what people think about what my outside appearance looks like. My flabby arms and my flabby legs and whatever. So she's like, let's go out to dinner. I'll drive. So I go home and drop the car off. And I put on a red sleeveless shirt to go out to dinner in. And only for a split second did I feel like people were looking at me. And at the end of that night, and Kathy's like, and not one fucking person looked at your arms. And she was right. Like, now, where that's all in my head on me.
But for you, that, like, triggered something.
Yeah, but that's always been there. Yeah, but I still went and did it because there's like a couple women that I watch on the Book of Faces who have had the gastric bypass.
Is that the tie? Is that the like the rubber band thingy? Is that what that is?
That's not gastric bypass. That's that's the lap band. Kind of the same process.
What's
I think.
Gastric?
They actually cut that part of your stomach off. Where the lap band, they just put a band around it. I mean, they're not cutting your gastric bypasses. If I'm correct, is where they make your stomach a pouch and then reroute your intestinal and everything. The band is reversible, and they can, they can move the band. Like if you need it's smaller or bigger, I think. Either way, both of them is the size of your stomach. But I think
Right.
with the real full gastric bypass, you got to be on all those vitamins and shit for the rest of your life because, you've,
Doesn't filter.
you
It
fucked with
filters
your
differently.
insides.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this chick that's on the internet, but she just don't care that her arms are flapping about and that her leg fat and all that. But she's had the full body lift like Aunt Lee, and Aunt Lee had her arms done. So imagine that you've had all the surgeries and you didn't stay 130 pounds. They all look like they can't stand up straight. I'm glad that I did not augmentate my body in any way, shape, or form after my major weight loss. And that I need to, this is probably my final
but
leg
you still
of
had
healing.
insecurities then.
No, I know. My final leg of healing is fat girl shit. I've worked out the daddy shit. I've worked out the past love shit for the most part. I think you're always going to,
There's going to be some reminder.
Things will creep in where you can, finalize.
But it's not something you'll ponder on.
Yeah, right. I don't sit and dwell on it. But the one thing that I still do dwell on every fucking day, the first thing when I wake up, is what am I going to wear? How am I going to feel? Oh my God, it's 100 and fuck outside. Luckily I know I can work in air conditioning. But would I wear sleeveless down here where a customer could see me? I'm not there yet, no. And it's exhausting to still be this age and not paired off. And even if I was paired off, I'm not even sure I would want my lover to. I don't know. I want it to be free.
If it's your lover.
But I know it wouldn't be them. It's me. I mean, it's always been me. Even Dum Dum, I felt like he truly did. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that was his own insecurity. He needed a fat girl but I wasn't even fat. You know what I mean? I was still.
Right.
So I feel like if I could just get past this hump, so I've been telling myself every morning, if you got invited to Spain, first off, I'm fucking going. Second off, I am not going to spend 1 minute of my time worrying about my flabby arms, my flabby legs. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm just fucking going. So like Sunday when she's like, let's go to the deck. Let's go have dinner. And I was like,
I got stuff to do at home.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
And that Kiss concert, I almost ducked out and didn't go, but I'm so glad
I wondered.
I'm so glad I went.
I even checked your location too.
Her friend that she brought along with her childhood friend that he's married. Mm-hmm. He bought us all dinner.
I know.
I watched this dude. This dude. It was like amazing to be in his Scorpio. He was very protective. But at the same time, you knew that he no way was a fucking loser. That, I can see why your wife trusts you wholeheartedly when you're out. I don't even want to be in even a friendship if I can't trust me or you to not, That's how when people automatically, like Christy lets me gossip about a couple things. I'm not like the biggest gossiper in the world. It's me like dumping my dirty laundry. Like, oh my God, I don't have anybody to talk to and nobody really knows this about me, so she.
Right.
And then there's this. I would have never guessed that. But so when you are in a friendship where you can exchange vulnerabilities, I trust you more. Like if I have said, hey, oh wow, that happened to me, and you can follow up with, yeah, wow.
Hey, similarly here.
Yeah, I would give you for an example, but I know she's listening and I'll save it.
Okay, well, I have to tell you something anyway after this.
Yeah, because now it's getting a little harder. Not that I want to censor us, but I do have to be more mindful, and I want to be a better listener as more guests want to come. Mm-hmm. Because when you do something so improv with no script or anything, And if I get a question in my head, I'm an old lady. If I don't have a pad of paper, which I probably will have to like have with me with an interviewer so I can write my questions down so I'm not interrupting them. But in John's, if John is just such
Well,
a
John's different. He's a
phenomenal.
natural, but
He's such a wide range of wisdom, and I really want him to be a staple here, but I really want him to talk about his religious aspects because I feel like he has a lot to offer and a lot of seeds to plant in
right.
that genre of topic. And I definitely would like to get to a point when this is all said and done here. I would love for you and I to take a weekend road trip to Alabama. He's about 12 hours away. But I think it would be totally fun to just go and meet him
Let me see.
and, make it a podcast topic.
Fuck yeah. On the road again.
Because that would be totally cool to do that and then stop at a Buc-ee's and do a little plug for, because I've never been to a Buc-ee's, but I hear they're just like the Shiat.
Dang, it's only a little farther. That sucks.
He's closer to Birmingham, Alabama.
Damn. Well, should we wrap it up?
We sure should. It is the day before. We should say the date because I noticed what the last one. We're catching up a little bit, but it is July 3rd. Can you believe that?
Happy Independence Day, everyone.
Actually, yeah, with my mom. But my mom's been gone 26 years. Oh, I
Wow.
can't stand this time. It's
26 years.
You're 25.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that scary? You were 26 years ago. I was hugging the porcelain bus because I had so much morning sickness with you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was eating like nonstop.
But you were puking it up.
Because I knew I was going to be puking it up.
Yeah.
What was my food of choice? It's funny you mentioned that pasta salad because I made that quite a bit though that summer.
Thanks. I love pasta.
I know. Carbies.
You
know what makes me feel the fattest instantaneously?
What?
Carbs. Bread. You
want to take a guess on what your grandson's favorite meal is?
Spaghetti and garlic bread.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
He's my little spaghetti boy.
Yeah, I love that's one of my favorite pictures of him when he's just got it all
over his face, man.
And the little red sauce has stained his little cheek.
Even after you gave him a bath, it's still on his face. Because you go to rub his face and he's avoiding it.
What's he going to be, 9 this year?
Jesus, yeah, he is.
God, he's almost a tween.
I know.
That's crazy.
He's definitely at that age of influence of friends. This is where we figure out who's a good friend to hang out with and who's not. You can tell by some of the kids who has siblings and who doesn't.
Little Mr. Vance got schooled in that big time this week.
Uh-oh.
Total uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I think he had a little peer pressure.
Oh.
It caused an accident on a motor vehicle that he wasn't supposed to touch.
Oof.
Yeah. It's lucky he didn't get hurt a lot worse.
Vance.
But he's grounded the rest of the summer.
I bet the fuck he is.
Mm-hmm. Bad. Real bad.
Well, folks, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it, Spencer. I just want to give you a nod. Thank you for all that you do.
Yes, Spencer.
Appreciate it.
Much, much appreciated.
We are getting better. Thanks for hanging in there. I think we're finding our groove.
Well, I think we found our groove. I think we're just building it.
Yeah, Mom's still a little leery now that when the more people that tell me they listen, I find that I am backing off from reading my journals because it's hard not to read them thinking, oh, fuck, so-and-so probably hearing
So-and-so's definitely looking, yeah.
No, I know, but so there, how many so-and-sos are listening in
Well, that's
secret?
what I'm saying, yeah.
Well, we love that you guys are here either way. Thank you for being curious. It's okay if you don't want to be, upfront curious. But
if you're that curious, please reach out and let us know if there's anything specific you want us to touch more on, or
if you would like to be a guest, please
for real
to find us on the socials. There's always a message button or the live phone number that you can call. And for that reoccurring number that keeps calling, that I have a feeling is for the podcast, you can actually say hello and I will answer. So
or send a text.
yeah, so there is a particular number that keeps calling over and over. And if it is for the podcast, feel free. We don't bite. Come on in, sit in the chair.
Yeah, y'all know we love to like yap.
Yeah.
We're so curious.
But if you're just doing it to be nosy, I would even more
yeah.
love to have you here. Let's get vulnerable. Let's get real and raw. Let's get down to it. Okay, y'all. Love ya. Have a good holiday.
As always, stay curious.